which is the UG4 scale. We've been, at least the professors, have been absolutely just delighted to share your journey with you. So look forward to hearing about your perspective on this journey.
So I want to welcome the graduating batch of 2014. I started with you guys because when you guys started Access, I started DPing with you one, and I think I've had the chance to teach most of you, so it's been a pleasure seeing all of you go through the various directions and things that you've been doing, and so we're looking forward to hearing the story that you're going to share today.
Hi everyone. Hi. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
So again, welcome you all for our last day and thank you for coming here. So it's my pleasure to introduce the graduating class of 2014 TAIL team. This is me, Abhirami, Sharmi, Sugandha, Maya, Sheena, and I'm Samita.
Rabia Begum, Shweta, Tabassum.
Yeah, so our journey, we had lots of ups and downs, and it has been 5 years we struggled with this journey. And this journey hasn't been easy without several of your guidelines and our support. So we finally made it to in AEW, and AEW has taught us countless lessons and helped us grow as ethical individuals and confident leaders. And now we all are ready to lead the world, and we promise that we will make AEW proud one day. So now we're ready to share our experiences starting from Access Academy until UG4, and of course we're gonna tell you guys that what we're gonna do after that UG4 as well. So let's begin from Access.
Thank you, Abhirami. So the experience that I'm going to share about is about challenging Access Academy. That's because I'm telling it as challenging. That's because this is the period that time like we became standardized, and also like we get to know like from different diverse environment we came together and we get to know each other, and then how like we integrated into this AW community and become a part of the AW family, and then how also we all the friends along with our other from different countries work together through these 4 years. This is the time that I'm going to talk about, that when we become transformed into a different person. So first, the things that I'm going to talk about is the orientation period. This is the time like when I was like in the orientation time, like okay, first this new faces, like so many different faces, and like whom should I talk to, whom should I approach. It was so like I didn't understand then how to do this. So that time the AW authority, they did like great part, and they introduced like how the AW, how the curriculum will be, how the AW life, dorm life will be, a different section of AW. So these things were introduced during this orientation period. In the orientation period also there are our seniors who also helped us a lot by like bringing us together for different dance parties. We had one dance competition like within 1 or 2 days when it came at AW, and like we had different like eating together and gossiping. These things, this kind of part that our seniors had played for us like important role. It also helped us to be like adjusted with this AW family. So overall, like the journey that I'm going to talk about of Access Academy, with our teachers, with my friends, classmates from different countries, start with the class, and that is our first computer class. So this is my lady, Miss Jill. I would like to tell her as a black lady. The black lady means she is not black actually, but she wore black dress all over the year. I didn't see her to wear any kind of different color of dress like in any class. And also this is like when we started our computer class, for me, I want to share the experience that I didn't know anything about computer, and she was the person who started, like who taught us that, okay, how to start the computer and how to shut down. This is our first lesson. And then the next class that we moved on, this is our reading and writing class. That teacher, Miss Tamanna, I don't know, when I talk about her, I had a great feeling about her and I became so excited. So she taught us reading and writing class. Before going to this class, it was 2-hour long class and I thought, oh my god, reading and writing both together and it will be so much boring. And how did I spend 1 year with this boring class? I don't know. She taught us, the first class she told us, okay, just write about yourself. I didn't know how to write because I didn't know much English actually. So my background is from Bengali background and I don't know like how to write English together. I know how to read, but like from my own self, how to write English is so hard for me. And then she told, whatever I don't know, so was grammatical mistake, everything. Great job, do this, continue this. And I thought, oh really, I can do this. So the next class was grammar class because I know that I had so much grammar mistakes. And Miss Jenny, like not only just by telling or by explaining what's the grammar and how we should use this, she also like acted very much. Every time she will act this, she will act that, and then she'll share so many stories, and then in that way, with like sharing and caring us, we spend so much time with this grammar class. And like we had not only class, it was a like place. It's like a family because she wanted us to forget about the outer world, the place that we are so like we came from. Because if we think about that life that we have led to our family in our home, like we will be so much worried that we cannot be part of this family. So we had so many, especially the birthday programs. So we used to celebrate all the birthday programs with our teachers. Like not only like in one class we used to celebrate this. From other class they used to come. Like you can see Miss Tamanna is here. She also came and she was like standing like this, and while we were celebrating with Miss Jenny. And then last and least class, that was listening and presentation. Oh my god. This is the class after the lunch. And everyone can understand after the lunch what happens. We become so sleepy and it's also a listening class. And I didn't know how it entered this year and came out this year. But at then I realized that I have learned a lot because my listening power has improved. And here also, like there was no class that we missed any birthday party because they didn't want to be a teacher there who were so scared. Okay, you have to learn. But we were like friendly. We are learning, plus we are also celebrating with them throughout this whole year. Then we had few programs that called Gender Exchange Day. And this is the slide that I'm showing you that how we learned a lot. We learned like how to speak in English, how to listen and understand, how to like think critically, not just only for that Access Academy, for the whole undergraduate year. But through these years, they also showed us so many like entertaining parts that we cannot never forget. And that's this Gender Exchange Day. We had different sports competition, like student versus teachers, and like I don't know, we were so excited that whom should we support, the teachers or the students? Oh, it was a dilemma for us as well. And at the very first day, like for me, it was the first International Women's Day celebration. Though I know that there was a day called International Women's Day, but I don't know how to celebrate it. And I came to know that, okay, we can celebrate with the pink color with all the students. And on that day, in the morning, all the male teachers, they served us rose. This is the rose for you, all the women's on this International Women's Day. And we had like cake, eating and everything, all this fun. Our dorm life. Beside our academic life, we had a great dorm life. All the friends that we have found in our dorm, they also have been a great support. Not only in the room, we studied together, we ate together. It's a place, time like when we become just one, not just so many different souls. Before the graduation, our teachers, they and the aid of the Access Academy, they entertained us with different dances. Not only they also took us so that we also become encouraged with different cultural programs. And this is the last day of our Access Academy period. That when we actually didn't cry because we had also a long 4-year challenging time, but we had fun with all the friends and teachers. Now the friendship and everything that was we'll talk about. Thank you.
Hello, Ramya. And now I will start with my first day at UW. The first day it was August 17th, and I went to my room and I was going to faint. And a beautiful girl was lying on my bed. Do you think that is the reason? No. And I was about to faint because she was very short. And I was wearing a big, long burqa. And that's why when I entered the room, and I was thinking, oh my God, I'm scheduling her. What is happening? And then later it was it was actually, for me it was a culture shock, but I get rid of it now. And it was also for us, it was a time for friendship, and I started friendship with my classmates. Group B, we have A to K, there was groups. So I was in group B, and one day what happened is I took someone's dictionary, and she was angry with me because I didn't ask her. I didn't ask her because I didn't know how to ask, because I didn't know how to talk in English. And I took it because it was a culture, for us it was a cultural thing that I can take anything from my classmates without asking. And she was so angry with me, and later she sent me an email that she's sorry for that. And later I told her that I don't know how to ask you, that's why I took it. And also as a group, we started different activities. And in group B, we had we gave each other's name in a dining hall food film. And there is banana, there is naan, chicken, and those things. And we have our dance. I want to show the dance that we did. Oh my for me, I learned some prejudice from my classmates, like for Bhutanese and Cambodian, you cannot touch their head. And from there I was learning, and later from UG1 and UG2, I didn't touch anyone like my head. I never let anyone touch my head. And it was also what we did during Access Academy. Two of our friends actually went to Japan and America, USA for donations, writing donations, and then we sent our name and pictures in a bottle, and we sent with them, and they put it somewhere in Japan or USA. Someday someone will go and take it out. So Tam took it one, and she buried it in Harvard's yard. And maybe someone will see her and think that she is doing something terrorism. And we also take these things to Japan and other countries. Maybe someday we will go and take it out. And it was like and when we first came here, we actually didn't understand each other's language because there is huge accent gap. So what we did is like assume and then talk. Because sometimes we don't understand what Vietnamese or Cambodian say, we say then we actually interacted, and that was the fun part for me. And we did birthday, not only birthday, we also did half birthdays. Half birthdays is like 6 months before your birthday. And we did half cake and half everything, giving the teachers and others. And that's what we did to the crazy things in our SS Academy, and I'm really grateful that I had all the baby girls in my class, me, Sam, Sherry and all. And later, we did our graduation, and we actually did it successfully. We are actually mumbling, and we didn't interact much, but when we did the graduation, we actually can understand more than we actually came before. Now,
So, UG1, all the trying, missing home, homesickness, food, everything finished. By now, we had been to AW for 1 whole year. So, when we came after the vacation, came to the AW orientation, it was all well organized. All the orientation went very well. We had professors coming here and talking about their courses. We could go and talk to them about their courses and then decide. It was all very good and happy. So many students, including me, especially me, they evolved from a crying baby to a very happy and very enthusiastic, energetic students. But what happened? With that year also came direct interest students. So I I was so mad at her, and I really literally said, how dare you do that? You don't know we are seniors. What I was assuming is that my classmates haven't done it, so I don't know this girl, so this girl must be an expert. I scolded her, but later on I realized that she is the same batch, so I had no right. I had no right to tell something like that to her, and later on I apologized. So it was all okay after the orientation and classes began. Our classes and courses were all very, very well organized. It was all very interesting. We had to take writing classes, writing courses, and that was my favorite class. I especially liked writing of South Asian diaspora class because at the same time I was reading about the diaspora and changes, culture shocks and surprises. At the same time I was also experiencing it. So after a few years, I wrote about AOW, so I shared something about what my culture shock and surprises were. So my friends from Afghanistan had never seen a mosquito net. So when they came, my roommate especially, they put a mosquito net, someone went inside it and outside people were taking photos. We never thought a mosquito net could be that interesting.
important thing was that by then we have understood liberal arts a little bit. We knew that at least it's going to be somewhere. We had our extracurricular activities as well. So we formed our seniors and we formed different groups. We had different clubs, and for example, Creative Writing Club, I was the co-president of that club. We wrote a lot. By then we had knew how to write 10 4 pages, 5 pages of essay. We had learned all the hook sentences and conclusions and everything. That was fine. That was wonderful. And then we also changed from Orkut to Facebook. Many of my friends, especially Indians, were in Orkut, and we changed. That was the year of Facebook for us. All the time we would spend after class on Facebook. But yeah, we didn't miss grades and classes. We still had it. Then towards the end of it was summer projects. Many of our students, friends did summer projects in their home countries, and their the Stanford project and other projects we had to do. That was mandatory thing. And we went to Stanford. I went to Stanford. That was awesome. That was really an achievement for me. So 25 of us, including 7 of my class, we all went to Stanford. We had so much fun there in classes, but we also did extracurricular activities. We went top of the trips, and we realized that how good, like what kind of privilege we are getting being at AUW. So that was all the nice part of it. So what nice AUW, first year AUW UG1 was my favorite year of my uni program, and I really loved it. Okay, thank you, Sweta. So most of us still agree that we had really stable curriculum when we were in UG1, but unfortunately some unavoidable things happened when we moved to the UG2. So we had some problems in our curriculum. It's really hard for us to make our family understand back in our countries what does it mean liberal art mean. The first thing, will you get job in Sri Lanka? Will you do anything in Sri Lanka? How long it's going to be? Like in Sri Lanka, the thing is like if you study medicine, you have to be a doctor. If you study math, you have to be an engineer. But if you had studied liberal arts, what are you going to be? Big question mark whenever I go back to my house, and I say, I'm really tired of answering these questions because same people, same 3 questions. Like whenever I face him, oh my God, I'm going to answer the 3 questions, right? So like this is not only my concern, like my problem or issues which I felt like I feel like still all the people having the same problem because our like Asia conducts in a way that you have to fit into the one curriculum, right? So talking about unstable curriculum, so when we moved to UG, like when we went back to like our countries after the UG1, and when we came to UG2, we really shocked. Nothing was actually ready by the time, and we were thinking about doing something, and we end up doing something. So we kind of felt, oh my God, what's going on, right? But at the same time, the things really emerged, made the choice. So like when I look at the curriculum major choices like environmental science, Asian studies, PP, public health, okay, what I am going to do and what is the consequences after that. So the first thing comes to my mind, if I do PP, where should I need to work? If I study Asian studies, what should I need to do? These are the things. So when I changed my parents, like I'm going to do the Asian studies, and they were like, so you can't get job out of Asia because of the time zone. Especially I told my brother, I'm thinking of environmental science and public health, and he was like, no way, physics, no, don't do that. You are not allowed to do physics. Like, he thinks in a way that I can't do physics. So these are the issues, like we don't know what to do and what we're supposed to do. And at the same time, my parents were thinking, so when you come back to Sri Lanka, will you be a lawyer or will you work where can you go and work, right? So these are the issues that we had when we went UG2. Like for me, for all of us, we would say like UG2 is the place where we all had the really big transition from